Good morning, guys. I'm gonna go meet up my friend Adair for a yoga session and we're gonna go explore the farmer's market. Let's go! Okay, Adair, you have a great story of coming off of Adderall. You were on Adderall for how long?
I was on Adderall for 13 years.
And how did you get off of it? What was that process? Like, why did you get on it in the first place? How did you get off of it?
The story kind of begins when I was a child. I was born prematurely, so I always had digestive issues growing up. And in high school, doctors told me that I was ADD. They really didn't realize that I was allergic to gluten and dairy. Unfortunately, we didn't know about food sensitivities.
Where did you grow up?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah!
The South.
So you were diagnosed with being ADD and you were put onto Adderall. How old were you?
I was about 14 or 15 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's super young. Like, your body is still developing. You probably just started, what, puberty?
And then unfortunately, they're putting kids on it these days at 5 years old. So
oh, wow.
we've got to really kind of stop the system of realizing that there's not a pill for everything.
Yeah.
During this process, at first the Adderall was great. You feel amazing. You're able to do sports and your work and make straight A's and everything's perfect. But then you start to have these side effects.
What are some of the side effects that you experienced?
You start to get really moody, sleep, your insomnia gets really bad. You kind of get these split personalities where you're really nice one minute and then you're extremely awful the next. Years later, I mean, it started to get worse and worse and worse, and that's when I started to realize that the drug was having a negative effect on me. And I was addicted. So I thought I was never gonna be able to get off of it without being able to get my work done, which is the scary part. I was actually flying out to California on a trip, and my 2-week vacation ended up turning into 9. But on the flight out there, I completely forgot my Adderall prescription and I had a panic attack. And that was my moment in life where I realized that this was ridiculous. I couldn't leave. I couldn't live like 2 weeks on a vacation without it. The funny thing is, on that trip, I actually quit my job and moved to California and decided to go back to nutrition school and just revamp my life and start over, to recenter myself, because I had extremely bad food allergies. What happens when you take a prescription drug is that you actually start to put holes into your gut lining. So whether it's Adderall, whether it's even something as simple as Advil, birth control, antidepressants.
So like, we're going to the farmer's market. What are some things we can pick up from the farmer's market?
So you want to really just get back to the basics, just really eat real whole food, especially with the gluten-free epidemic right now. Everybody's going for like gluten-free pasta and gluten-free breads and all of this stuff that truthfully is just filled with extra additives that your body doesn't need. So you want something that's really easy for your body to break down and process and digest. Vegetables, high protein, high fat. Fat is amazing right now, as everybody knows, because everybody's obsessed with the ketosis diet.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go as extreme as ketosis. So your body's going to go back and forth. So when you get off the Adderall, that's the hardest part, is that your digestion stops. You go from taking an amphetamine that's a high speed and everything runs through you very easily and quickly, and you can eat a ton of carbs like no tomorrow and not gain weight, and then all of a sudden your metabolism stops, and that's where people are having the scary breakdown moment of like, what do I do?
So you talked about the food. Now I want to talk lifestyle, mental stuff. Like, what did you do to keep your mind kind of alert and happy and in a good mood, because you started experiencing all these like mood changes?
Now the hardest part when you're on Adderall is that I was doing half Ironmans, I was doing cardio like no tomorrow, burning my adrenals. So I hit a wall, I totally broke down, and I had no energy. So when you get off the Adderall, your body is not naturally producing the cortisol that it needs. So you have to really get into yoga and meditation. And this is where strength training is super important. You're not gonna have the energy for all that extreme cardio. So you really wanna slow it down, build the muscle so your body can burn the fat, even if you don't have the energy to do so yourself. That's when you have to learn how to quiet the mind, which is the hardest thing for somebody that's on an amphetamine, because you're already like 10 steps ahead at all times. Learning how to be present is like super important in this time. And it's also allowing yourself to just let go. You don't have to always be on top of things at all times. I think that's why I ended up marrying a European, is like learning how to like
relax
and love life, and being okay with that moment of, I don't have to know all the answers. I don't have to be 100 steps ahead. I can be actually with.
Where can we find out more information?
You can follow me on Instagram at Adair's Way, or you can go to my website, adairsway.org.
adairsway.org.